is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio.
Born to Ride is sponsored in part by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL, representing riders since 1988. Offices throughout Florida, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio. You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation by calling 863-225-2000.
Welcome to another edition of Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. I'm Fester Jenkins.
I'm Mama Duke.
Hey, Mama Dukes, and walking into the studio here.
Goodness.
We've got the... Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hi, guys. Hi. They were running just a tad behind.
Oh, the traffic.
Do I need a name tag? Do you remember who I am?
How are you guys doing?
Good. Good to see you again.
Good.
We've had a busy spring.
Yeah.
How about you guys? How you doing?
Not too bad.
All right, we're ready to kick off another show. You guys been doing great running the helm here.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but, you know.
You don't call it great, but...
Hey, wing it's a good word, right?
Yep.
Well, you know, it's the personalities of people, and that's what Born to Ride is about. It's about people, so it's a brand. You know, it's a... You know, we got Joe and Skylar and you guys and Rob. You know, we're interchangeable, man. It's like it can happen like that because everybody's on a team. And when you have a team, you don't have to be I and me all the time. It's about a team. You know, there's no I and me in team. So I love to listen to, you know, what's going on when we're not here if I get the chance to. And, you know, I dig it. I think it's an extension of Born to Ride, man, and its personalities. And that's what it's all about.
Switches it up.
For sure.
Well, as we do each day, or I should say each week as we start this off, I want to thank Rubenstein Law for being the sponsor. 1-800-FL-LEGAL, been representing bikers since 1988. Thank you, Rubenstein Law, and Debbie being in the studio. Think motorcycle, right?
That's right, exactly. Oh, and you know, Mr. Rubenstein posted something today on his social media platforms. 1 in every 4 drivers in the state of Florida now is uninsured. So
1 in 4?
25%?
Yes. So look at those policies, and if you don't have uninsured motorists, you might want to check with your insurance agent or check out Born to Ride. We've got some great insurance agents that are involved with us because you got to look out for number one.
How can they get away with that? That just makes everyone else's insurance. I mean, we were talking about this. You know, my monthly insurance premium, we changed insurance agents because it was going up to over $900 a month.
Wow.
You know, I mean, and...
Well, I don't understand because down here, if you don't have insurance, you have to turn your license plate in. Like,
eventually they'll get you.
They suspend your license. So that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and another thing is the insurance companies don't really push uninsured because if they do, they're like buying a claim. Mm-hmm. So they don't really push it because I've talked to them and said, why don't we do something about uninsured motorists? And they go, oh, we're not, that's okay right now, we're fine. But when you talk to Rubenstein Law and the attorneys, they want to push it. They want to educate you, the reader, the rider, you know, the person out there who needs insurance. You know, check your policies. So many times we've got the stories of these guys that come to us and they have no insurance. They've gotten an accident and there's just no outlet for them to get any income to save them.
Well, and a lot of bikers think that because the Florida law, the PIP law, is not required on a motorcycle, that they don't need to carry any insurance on a motorcycle. And, you know, choose your druthers, whatever you want to do. But if you have no insurance and then someone that hits you, and let's face it, you're on a motorcycle and someone hits you, there's some way, shape, or form you're going to get injured. It's either the bike is going to get injured, you're going to have a broken leg, or something to that effect, and now you have nothing. So 25% of people out there are driving around uninsured, and you know which population that's going to be. They don't have anything anyway. So, what can I say? Look out for number one. You need to get uninsured motorist. You need to get insurance on your bike, on you, and uninsured motorist, or else you're going to be starting a GoFundMe account. and I think everyone's played that card out. So, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, want to invite any of the listeners, 863-225-2000. If you want to join the conversation, you're certainly welcome to. Each and every Thursday here on Born to Ride Radio, it is your radio show. That's the way we look at it here.
So, Ron, 44 days.
Is it 44?
44 days.
You must be talking about Motorfest. Born to Ride's Great American Moto Fest here at the Boss Hogg.
She was talking about our anniversary, Ron.
No, we've got some.
That too.
It's going to be awesome, man. We got a lot of talk about that today, and a lot of great stuff there.
Absolutely. Caller, you're on the air.
This is Wayne with the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches. I don't want to join that uninsured motorist conversation. I'm one that's been sued 3 times for my children accidents, and man, if I didn't have insurance, I'd probably be living in a tent somewhere.
But they had insurance, right?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
My dad took care of them.
Right. So, Wayne, Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, man, so important, and it's so great that you guys are a part of MotoFest, the Born to Ride Great American MotoFest here at Boss Hogg Ranch. But we're doing it to really give back to the community and to the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches cause, and it is send a kid to camp. How important is that? Lay the smack down on us.
Well, Ron, not just me, but 67 sheriffs around the state of Florida, the leadership of the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, our staff, our kids. We are elated that you have selected us to be part of what's going to be a great event. And, to have everybody involved, like Boss Haas, like Rubenstein Law, you guys, and then all the different things that are going on, old school, new school, every school. The timing could not be better for Send a Kid to Camp, because June 1st kicked off summer camp season, June, July, August. We're expecting thousands of at-risk children to cross our threshold at our 3 dedicated summer camp locations. Kids from every county in the state of Florida will participate, and we obviously work in conjunction with volunteer law enforcement officers, and our theme for our camps is law enforcement is your friend, and we really work to build bridges, not division. And, we've been doing it a very long time, and we have a lot of success. I always say it's not all bows, arrows, and canoe trips. It's self-esteem, self-confidence, and socialization skills, everything that we know a youth needs to be successful in life. And so to tie it in this time of year and to tie it in with your event, I think it's very appropriate time-wise, and we couldn't ask for a better partnership to get the word out through Born to Ride. And just thank you, Ron, for what you're doing.
Well, I mean, it's a natural thing to send kids to camp, because if we can't do it, who can? I mean, the biker community, you're a biker yourself, and you know how the biker community loves to interact with children's charities. And I think Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches does so much for kids. There's so many success stories. Well, we just want to help magnify your greatness, man, and the greatness of that company. And I heard you're going to have sheriff units out here, and we've been in contact by some lieutenants about bringing some really cool stuff out. And it's going to be exciting, because maybe even the race car driver who's sponsored by Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches But how important is it to send a kid to camp?
65% of our children that come to camp are under the poverty level. Kids that come to our camp, a lot of them are looking for a safe haven to get out of the situations that they're in. Sadly, a lot of these kids, where the average age is around 10, 12 years old, but we'll take an 8-year-old into camp, and we take upwards of 13. I think 14 is the max. We got to protect the kids, and having a consistent age is very important. But these kids, I've seen these kids, when it was time to go home after a week-long overnight summer camp, they're bawling their eyes out because they do not want to go home to the situation that they came from. And a lot of these kids that come to us are coming through the sheriff's department, the sheriff's offices. They're the ones that are making the list and recommending that these kids come to camp and helping to facilitate that. They know better than anybody, what these kids are going through on a daily basis, specifically the school resource deputies. And, it's just a sad situation when they don't want to go home to, the household that they come from. The other things that I've seen that just are just remarkable is I had a group out of Miami-Dade come up to Levy County, which is Inglis, Florida, just north of Crystal River. We have a 200-acre camp right there off of 19. And they were learning to ride bikes, 72 kids in each week. 36 boys, 36 girls. They were learning to ride bicycles for the first time in many of their lives. And when we asked, why, these kids don't have bicycles. And if they do have bicycles, they're stolen and they're pawned off and they're turned into drugs and everything else because these kids are coming from the inner cities. And so to see, Ronnie, I always see the pictures online of you when you were a kid, your first motorcycle, and then, of course, we all grew up with Emily and Bruiser and watched them. But, man, you remember your bike was your identity. You got on that bike and you rode to go fishing. You rode the trails. You rode down to the store. You rode to school. You rode everywhere. Could you imagine not having a bicycle when you were a kid? I can't imagine that.
Mm-hmm. We take so much for granted.
It's almost like a rite of passage, that bicycle under the tree at Christmas.
Exactly.
I remember my dad running behind me, trying to get me going, and, him running behind me. And then I just see the vision of Deb and myself at the park running behind Bruiser, trying to get him riding, But, it's they don't have a bicycle. That's what this is going to do. It's going to help them put smiles on kids' faces. There might even be truckloads of bicycles coming now that you said that. Who knows? We might have to call out for some bicycles.
Let me tell you what. One of our largest collective group of givers is law enforcement, of course, because we're founded by law enforcement. And it is not uncommon to see a Ryder truck pull up with a truckload of bicycles. But one of our second largest collective group of givers is the Florida Moose. And you're familiar with the Moose Riders. Mm-hmm. And they have built, we have a bike shed at most of our camps. And again, we have 3 camps. And the bike shed is filled with bicycles. And we have volunteers that come in and service these bicycles and swap out parts and trash old bikes and, make good bikes out of bad bikes. And just for these kids to come to camp and learn how to ride a bicycle. We have many situations over my history, 8 years now, where donors will donate bikes to the kids in our program, and that these bikes are for them to take when they leave our program. And, you've been on our campuses. Our campuses are family-oriented. They're little communities, and The kids are riding around the campus on their bicycles, just like you did. But, you know, again, back to these summer camp kids. You know, I was meeting with a group this morning, and you know, they said, "Hey, we're going to do a little social, and we want to have everybody bring something. What do you need?" I said, "Honestly, I need underwear and I need socks." And they're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I have kids that come. I have two brothers that come and share one pair of underwear an entire week of summer camp.
Wow.
I have a boy that will come because you have to bring tennis shoes to participate, because there's all kinds of camp activities that, you know, you got to require proper footwear. And he wore his sister's pink sneakers, Converse sneakers that were 2 sizes too big. And these kids are poor. And so, you know, this group that I met with this morning, they're going to turn their social into a way to give back, and they're going to collect underwear, socks, and T-shirts for our camp kids. Mm-hmm. They don't come with, you know, when they do show up to camp, you know, we provide them all with a little care package that has shampoos and body washes, soaps, toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, hairbrush, combs, you know, all the things like you just said, Ron, that we take for granted. These kids do not have this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think the most, and I'll just share one more thing real quick. I think that the thing that just affected me the most personally, and I'm a father of 3 successful children, is I took some kids out for a meal one day, and I sat back and I was watching this one girl. She had a hoodie on, and she had the hood up, covering her face, and she was stashing bags of chips and other snacks in her hoodie. And I was just watching her. I was very curious what she was doing. And so I went up to our program director, who's, you know, a master's in social work and a children's psychologist. I said, "What's going on?" And he said, "She's hoarding food because they don't know where their next meal is coming from." She goes, "If you go back to her room, you will see food hidden all over her room, under her bed, in her drawers, in her clothes, because they don't know where their next meal's coming from." And he shared a story with me about a brother and a sister that came to camp. And the younger brother, older sister, the younger brother would eat the cereal out of a bowl of cereal, and the sister would drink the milk, just so they both would have a meal.
Mm.
Well, you know, there's a lot of success stories from these kids, and just because they have it tough and come from a hard, you know, beginnings, that doesn't mean that they can't succeed. And that's what you guys do, is show them the way to succeed. And the community does care. That's why we want to educate. That's why MotoFest is going to be so important, people to come out and support this. When I talked to John at Rooster's Rods, and I said, "Look, man, we want to help the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches," he was like, "Man, let's give them half of all the money that's made just from the bike show, from the car show alone." So just that outlet, and he's saying there might be a couple 100 cars in this. So people, we just need to get out there and promote and market to help this community, but to also put back and give back to the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch. We can't thank you enough today for calling in. Let's get in weekly updates. Let's get something going. Let's get the sheriffs calling in. Let's get Titus O'Neill. You said Mike Allstott. A lot of people are going to get behind this, man. We're excited about it, and it's just rolling right now.
All right, Ronnie, I appreciate you guys more than you know. You have my respect. You have my love. And I'll call you next week, and we'll get a hit list together for who we want to get on the radio show.
Awesome. I heard we have the Sheriff's Office Polaris coming to the MotoFest also.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Wait, I'm driving it.
All right.
Well, cool. Thank you, Wayne. We really appreciate you guys.
Thanks.
Looking forward to this.
All right. Take care, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And we've got Kelly Ford on the line now, and she's going to come on. Hello, Kelly. Are you still there?
Hey, I'm still here.
Well, welcome to Born to Ride Radio this evening.
Well, thank you so much for letting us come on and talk about our benefit. We really appreciate it.
Well, it's so important. Like we were just talking about children's charities, and another big charity that's in the heart of bikers is animal charities. And what you guys do for animals and for horses is amazing, because who can't love a horse when you just see him? It's such a gentle creature and beauty. It's just the science of the, just the beauty of an animal and a horse.
Yeah.
And so tell us about how important it is to support your event and what it's all about.
Well, yes, and thank you for letting us share this. RVR is an all-volunteer organization. We all volunteer all of our time. Nobody gets paid. But what we do is we specialize in taking in worst cases of abuse and neglect. So we rehab those horses, bring them back to health, and then find loving homes for them. And it's a really wonderful place to be. People think it must be sad to be there, but it's really not. There's a tremendous amount of healing that goes on there, not just for the horses, but also for people too. We have a lot of outreach programs to benefit children and veterans, and so the horses are just, as you said, they're wonderful creatures. They're very smart. They're very intuitive. They're very loving. And so it's just a wonderful place to be. We do a lot of good work there. We'd love to invite everybody out to our benefit. We are very fortunate that the Soul Circus Cowboys are going to be performing at this benefit. We're super excited about that. It's on Friday, the 18th of June. And the doors are going to open at 5:30 for anyone who wants to come see the horses and take a tour and find out about what we do at RVR, or maybe inquire about volunteering or anything. And then the music starts at 7. And so everyone's going to have a chance to hear some fantastic music by the Soul Circus Cowboys. We're going to have food for you there, pulled pork, barbecue chicken, sloppy joes, a variety of sides, and even a vegetarian option. And so your entry fee includes your dinner, which is great, and it includes parking. There's no separate parking fee. So we would just love to have anyone who's interested in learning about RVR and supporting what we do to come on out and enjoy some great music.
So this is a real benefit evening with the Soul Circus Cowboys live in concert, but it's also dinner and a show, right?
Wait,
get a dinner and a show.
Soul Circus Cowboys and horses.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
That's perfect.
And food. And food, too.
And food, yeah, there you go. Barbecue. Ooh.
So how important is it to find a horse that's down on his luck and probably, in a bad situation? You guys get it, the horse, and you bring it to a new life. And then it's got to be exciting when you're able to, I guess, give that horse to a new family, and they love that horse more than anything, and they can't wait to have it as their own. How cool is that?
Absolutely. It is a tremendous reward for us. We put a lot of our energy, our blood, sweat, and tears into bringing the horses back to health, and to see them thriving after coming in so emaciated or so injured, and just really, truly depressed. Their spirits are low. And to see them express happiness and love to a new family, it's amazing. A lot of our adopters keep us updated on the horse when they reach their new home and let us know how things are going, and it's really wonderful to see them thrive.
About how many horses do you care for, let's say, at any given time?
Our maximum number on the property is about 45 to 50.
Wow.
And sometimes we'll be maxed out, and then sometimes we'll have a little bit more space, depending on the level of care that the horses need, that we have right there, and then also depending on how many volunteers we've got. Some of our volunteers are seasonal, so our numbers ebb and flow throughout the year. So sometimes we're a little shorter-handed. We got to be careful about how many horses we're caring for, but that sort of thing. So yes, we can have quite a big herd out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kelly, if I remember, we spoke last week. You also, and I want to bring this up because if people are listening and they're interested, they can't come to the gate and pay. In other words, they have to buy tickets in advance, correct?
That is correct, and thank you for bringing that up again. We are unable to take payment at the door, so everyone has to sign up through Eventbrite. And so if they'd like that link, they can go to our website, which is www.rvrhorserescue.org, and that's Roger, Victor, Roger, horserescue.org. Or they can find us on our Facebook page, and they'll find that link to Eventbrite and can purchase their tickets in advance. The price for adults, which is 16 and up, is $45, and again, that includes the parking, it includes your food and 2 drink tickets, and of course, the concert. For kids 15 and younger, it's $15 and includes food, drink, and the concert. We're inviting everybody to bring their lawn chairs because it is definitely going to be an outdoor environment, so you'll want to make yourself comfortable. But if somebody wanted to reserve a table, there are a limited number of tables where you can reserve that for $100.
And this is a relatively new facility that y'all have moved to, correct, right?
It is. We've only been in the facility since January of 2020. We had wanted to have our grand opening last year, but of course, last year was just very different for everybody. So this is the first year that we're able to really invite the public to see the new place and what we do. We are on State Road 60, just west of County Road 39, which is Redmond Parkway.
Oh, okay.
So this is right in our backyard of our own community.
Absolutely.
Boss Hogg Ranch is right here in Plant City, people. But,
Wow,
we're not just saying come out and buy a dinner. You're investing in this great charity. So, I mean, you got to be giving people to want to do this, and you want to kind of understand how important it is and how great the people who work there, and, like the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, we kind of want to magnify your greatness. And Kelly, tell me this.
Yes.
Give me 3 names of some horses that are there right now.
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. T is our most recent rescue. He came in completely emaciated, skin and bones, and he's currently in rehab right now. We have a little kitty. She is a former racing thoroughbred where she was not abused or neglected, but she fractured a leg during one of her races, and so then she needed a place to safely rehab, and she's doing that, and she's recovering phenomenally well. And then we have Liliana. She's a Paso Fino, and she's with us because of a large-scale seizure that happened up in North Florida, where 70 horses were taken off of a property that they were severely neglected, and RVR took 15 of them, and she's one of those 15.
Awesome.
And she's ready for her home.
Now, I wanted to ask Mama Dukes, because I know you're a really big horse lover, so how do you feel about this event in your own backyard?
I love it. I love it. It brings awareness to it. We were just talking about this the other day because I was passing by and seen some very thin-looking horses. So this is a great thing. Kelly, can you tell us a little bit about the 50/50 and the silent auction as well?
Yes, we are going to have some silent auction items. I don't have a list right now for you of those items. But they will be running throughout the evening, and then we will be doing a 50/50 raffle. Everybody loves those, so that will be an exciting part of the evening. The last 50/50 raffle we had was over $1,000, so that was kind of fun.
That's awesome. Now, once again, how can they get in touch with you, and a quick rundown of the dates and that type of stuff?
Yes. If they want to get tickets, if your listeners can contact us or find a link on our website, which is rvrhorserescue.org, or on our Facebook page, which is, again, RVR Horse Rescue. They can find the link to the tickets. It's Friday, June 18th. Doors open at 5:30, but you don't have to be there right then. Music starts at 7. We will have food and drinks there for you. Bring lawn chairs, and we just hope you'll come out and enjoy it. And please be aware that since we are all volunteer, every penny that comes in during this benefit goes directly for the benefit of the horses.
Well, that's awesome, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly. Thanks for calling in again, and I think it's going to be a
folks,
great time.
That's next Friday.
Yes.
July 18th.
Yep.
So maybe we'll get one more update next Thursday, the day before.
June 18th.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Kelly.
All righty.
Thank you
Kelly.
so very
Thank
much
you.
for letting us
Okay.
come in.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Have a great night.
You too. Thanks so much. Well, we're coming out on another break. We got to pay a bill or two. Thank Rubenstein Law for this. And we'll be right back with the other half of Born to Ride Radio.
Check out the all-new BornToRide.com with radio, TV, industry, adventure, events, magazine, social media, and much more. It's the all-new BornToRide.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 1, get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all of the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer on average got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Find us on Facebook, Born to Ride TV and magazine, the ultimate multimedia biker experience.
You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation at 863-225-2000. Now, here's more of your hosts, Fester Jenkins and Mama Dukes on Born to Ride Radio.
Welcome back to this Thursday edition of Born to Ride Radio. We've got Ron and Debbie Galetti in the studio. It's been a while. You want to give the listeners an update of what's been going on with y'all and what's happening with Born to Ride, from that standpoint?
We've just been busy, and like I said, when you have a team and you have interchangeable parts and people and personalities, if anything, Born to Ride is about people. And, you guys been holding the fort down, but doing what you do. And we have Joe from FTW and Skylar. Just personalities. These are real people that add so much flavor, man. I love it. I just, Joe. He's just hardcore, but man, he's got a heart of gold. And he stepped up and he's helping us bring in this rodeo. He's helping us bring in the biker rodeo, the Moto Fest, but the biker rodeo, he's all in. So he's helping Rob, do what they need to do to get. Rob's the master of the rodeo, and people, to many people, they don't have a clue what this is really about. But these people are really serious guys that build motors, high performance. It's going to be really different, something that hasn't been done around here.
I think they said it's been more than 30 years since the Easy Rider Rodeo has been in Florida.
And I hate that they, whoever used the word rodeo, because this is more like motorcycle Olympics. Yeah. This takes training, this takes power, this takes engines, machines, people, brains, and this is just a great competition. It's
from what Rob said, they get very competitive too.
Oh,
very competitive.
Yeah, he's getting guys calling from all over the country, and people that really want to get involved. This is going to be the first time. Once we get this first one under our belt, we'll get it the next date, and we'll just make it bigger and bigger. And when we have a charity like the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches on board, that's bona fide. That's real deal. The Balls Hog Ranch is set up so perfect for this.
Perfect.
And we're so excited to really get to magnify
great parking,
your business and what you guys do for this community, because your radio station is one of the best. It's award winning. But I tell you what, you can get on that app, and man, you can hear it anywhere in the country, in the world.
Great music.
And there's some really good music all the time, and you got good personalities on that. But
when's the last time you heard I don't want no pickles, I just want to ride my motorcycle? That's some good music on
That's Arlo Guthrie,
there
man.
you go.
Man, I'm telling you, Secret Agent Man. Every time I call him, I go, play Secret Agent Man. But, breaking news is the High Seas Rally is going to give away a trip for two. A cruise for two. A cabin, an oceanside cabin. Ocean view.
Cabin for two.
They stepped up. They just want to do that. Rooster's Rods, Rod Shop, they're going to put on this.
So you're going to have to be at the event to win,
Register, yes.
to register and win that. Okay.
And we'll be awarding that winner at the end of the day as well. So you got to be here to win it. You got to be in it to win it. But the High Seas Rally is giving away, a cruise, Oceanside.
That's got to be what, a $5,000 or $6,000 value there. I would imagine
it's really nice of them to do that.
Oceanside,
yeah. Especially the lineup of the concerts on that cruise and everything else.
We're going to sign up, Fester. We might get to go.
It's a great Father's Day gift, too, in case somebody needs a Father's Day gift to buy a ticket for the cruise if you don't think you're going to win it,
And, Rubenstein Law believes in Born to Ride, and when we said, we want to do this, they said, we're in. They didn't even hesitate. So, we're able to put on a great show. Rob is doing a great job bringing in the rodeo stuff, but we got, bike games.
Barrel races.
Nefarious James is going to be on board because he used to do rodeo games and biker rodeos in Sarasota when he was with A-Bait. He did that for years. So he's a mastermind of that. And then Birdman Mike and Spike is going to be the grand marshal of the games. And Mike puts on some of the greatest slow races, weenie bites. But people, if you're out there listening, go get Mama from the kitchen. You're going to get to come out and ride your motorcycle and have fun and get involved in biker games, man. We're going to put smiles on people's faces. We're going to be filming. We're going to be photographing pictures.
And what about Roscoe?
I was going to say Roscoe's outhouse.
Yeah, we're working on getting the outhouse drags in here.
Famous outhouse drags.
He needs a special area to do that. We got to walk the place. But Roscoe's a legend in Tampa Bay, and him and his son Dave, they do an amazing job in our community, and we're really honored to have them a part of this.
Custom chopper show, right?
And that's another thing. We've got Denver's Choppers, Mondo. The legend himself is going to give a special award. We don't know what it is yet, but we're going to have a ride-in show. And the bike builders now, the chopper guys are starting to come in day by day. There's a new one. Brian Butera, right, local, he's going to be here. F&A. There's just so many things coming up. We got the mini bike.
I think Joe FTW said he's going to have like 6 bikes here. He's working. He's got to be working feverishly if he's going to be ready by July 24th. There.
Yeah, he's a worker bee, man. And he's like a squirrel too.
Joe feverishly.
Yeah, because Skylar's on it, and he's got a plan, and that's what I like about it is people have a plan to get involved in this. Everybody in their own space, in their own private Idaho, is getting involved with Metal Sport Wheels is giving away tires, right there.
Yes, V-rubber tires.
Yeah, and those are that's high end stuff.
So I have a feeling there'll be some tire burning going on.
TC Brothers just sent us a giant box of cool stuff
swag,
to give away.
Yeah,
swag. So John and Heather from the John and Heather Show are going to be here. They're gonna have our command unit out with their RV. They're so excited, and we're excited to have them. We're going to be filming. All Steel Buildings is helping us bring in the mini bike races.
Misfit mini bike races.
Misfit mini bike. I mean, it's going to be a show, man. It's going to be.
It's not just a beauty contest. This is going to be the sled pulls. That's the main attraction. Also, I mean, these guys build these engines to pull this sled, and they put a lot of work into it. It's also family friendly, so everybody's
for sure family friendly. Yes, and I heard that. Donnie Huffman called in last week, man. He might even come with his father, Don Huffman, who's a real legend. We got to get those guys out here on the field, on the track, showing people what they're all about, because that's the real deal stuff. And when you have Donnie Huffman calling, I thought that was really cool. I happened to hear it last week, busting on Rob, because Rob does the rodeo and Donnie does the racing all the time. They always have this little feud going. But we're going to get Donnie out here, I think, and really see what he can do against rodeo guys. It's a little different, but, it should be something really exciting to the biker community and to this community. It's so important.
Yeah, I think between some of these guys, I mean, these guys are legendary engine builders and racers and all this, and there's been some, this hasn't been around in a long time. Like Ron's saying, has not been around in years. So there's some smack talk going on. There's some challenging going on. We love it. Some old school stuff. Some guys are calling the old guys out of the closet, and they're like, "Step aside, kid. I'll be there. I'll be there." It's exciting.
Another thing is too, in the bike show, we're having a ride-in bike show, and we're kind of looking for that next star I know they don't want to be called stars, but that next shining light of innovation and designer, another bike builder that's out there, these younger guys that are coming on strong, and there's a wave after wave of them, and we have a guy like Mondo from Denver's Choppers, a guy who started motorcycling chopper building. He wants to carry on that tradition. That's why he's supporting this, because he believes in it. And that's why the people out there listening and the people we're reaching with the magazine, the media levels that we're offering here on Boss Hogg as well, you got to get involved in this, man. Come out and support this. There's a charity involved. You know, Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches. You heard Wayne today. These kids, did he say one kid was sharing underwear and socks and another kid never rode a bicycle?
And a brother and sister, I mean, the younger brother eating the cereal and then the sister having the milk left over for the breakfast.
Yeah, that should never happen.
I mean, wow, you're right. That should never be happening in this country.
And that's where the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches step up, and they're sending kids to camp. And that's one of the main reasons that they're involved in this, to help benefit sending the kid to camp. And Think Motorcycles, Rubenstein Law. I mean, there's a lot going on that day, and it's going to go by fast. And then we didn't even talk about the entertainment. You know, I didn't want to book a bunch of bands because there's so much going on. So we have 2 bands, but 2 great bands. A Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute, you know, and then we have I want to say Soul Search. We have Tommy Rock.
That was the horse.
The Southern Rock All-Stars, man. They play so many cool songs, so many. I mean, everybody knows Tommy Rock.
In his bare feet? Tommy, are you still performing in your bare feet?
Yeah, he does, because that's how Ronnie Van Zant did it. But, you know, Randy Stevens will start off the day, and he will be playing a set of tribute to a legend, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he rips on the guitar. He can't sound just like him, but he sounds just like him, Stevie Ray Vaughan. And he'll play another set, and then Tommy Rocks is going to call him the Ultimate Southern Rock Tribute Show. He's a legend in here, and Tommy's such a great man, and he stepped up. He said, I want to be a part of this. So we have the Moto Fest Rocks.
What if I get hungry that day?
Oh, Mama Dukes. What do we have going on with the food?
Mama Dukes.
Let's
We've
just
got a
start
food
with
expo.
turkey legs. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I'm so looking forward to them.
And that was from your fest that you did. I mean, you
Yeah,
had
I've
some
got a
great
few of the
vendors there.
vendors from the festival coming back.
Oh, there was good food there.
Yeah, we'll have more of a variety, a little bit more. I mean, we did pretty well with that, but we've got some locked down. Unami Smoke, that was one of the vendors that was out here. They have been calling me since day one. Kevin's in the hospital right now, so you know, sending out prayers to him, hoping they'll still be able to make it out for it. But yeah, we're gonna have lots of food.
The turkey legs, though, man. The turkey legs are awesome.
Yes, turkey legs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, vendors could call in. We want, and then there's a swap meet. I mean, an old school swap meet. Rob was just talking to me today on the phone. He's got some of the main swap meet guys coming out, and they're going to be set up over there, kind of in the shade and on the hill, over on the side of the rodeo, and it's going to be like old school rodeo, old school swap meets. So even if you have parts and you don't know what they are, there'll be people here to tell you what they are and what their value is.
Well, a couple of people have been calling the office and said, I'm not a bike shop or a dealer or anything, but I just got a garage full of leathers and boots and parts, and can I set up a table? Like, absolutely. Clean out that garage, clean out the closet, swap meet it out.
Going to be a little bit of something for everybody
That's
here.
right.
Between,
That's
I mean, motorcycles,
cars,
classic
vans.
cars, old vans, you know, I mean, you know, I can't wait to see some of the vans that the Roosters is bringing over here. You know, I mean, if that sample that they had down there at Sarasota, Thunder by the Bay, is any example, I mean, there's going to be some, if vans are your thing, you got to check this out. Yeah. Absolutely.
Featured on the cover of Born to Ride, you know. You know, I mean, this is what it's about. It's retro, it's cool, it's, you know, things you remember growing up, but it's real. You know, it's about our community.
Yeah, but much respect for these guys that can keep these things running and on the road. And John at Roosters, you know, he loves the good sounding engine. He'll fire that thing up for you. This ain't no museum, guys. This is some hardcore stuff.
Yeah, and you got Eric Runyon in the office, you know, photographer, marketing guy, but he's in touch with all these builders like the Chopper Town guys, and you know, the word's just getting out more and more and more, and people want to be a part of this. You know, we really want to break ground here at the Boss Hog Ranch, and really carry on this tradition that Mama Duke started with her event.
Yeah, and I think to initiate the races, I think we have a good-looking flag girl too that's going to be a part of the show that day as well too.
Is that a secret though?
Yeah, it's a secret. Yeah.
You're not going to believe it.
I think her photo shoot is this week. Yeah. So
really,
or next week.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got Gary Michaels on the line here. Let's bring him on too. Hello, Gary. Are you there?
Hello, Mama Duke.
Oh, wait, that wasn't Mama Dukes. That was Fester. You just went right to the source.
Well, now, Gary had himself a great time up there in Panama City, okay?
No.
Putting her under.
Wait, Gary's the comedian, right? The biker hypnotist comedian?
You right?
Yeah, the one that got Mama Dukes talking in her sleep.
Hi, Gary.
I had absolutely nothing to do with her talking in her sleep.
So Gary.
However, after what happened on stage, I have to ask Fester if he's got a room for me somewhere, because she said I could come and stay with you.
Absolutely. Anytime you're in the Tampa Bay area, she's got a room for you there.
There might be chickens and roosters on one side of the room.
The Great Bar Motel. Gary, you got something going on in Kentucky, though, right?
I do. I am in my hometown. This is a red letter day or weekend for my entire career. Lexington, Kentucky is my home, and I have yet to do a comedy hypnosis show in Lexington. So all my friends, my biker buddies, are going to be at the Harley Davidson shop. We've got the Bikes, Bourbon, and Bluegrass Hog Rally, which is going on right now. It is a tremendous success. So we're doing a show tomorrow for it's the National Hog Rally. So there's a lot of people here. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And you're doing a show tomorrow at the Harley dealership. What dealership is that?
The Man of War Harley Davidson.
Oh yeah, Man of War
Harley Davidson. Yeah, this is my home, and I'm a little biased, but it's one of my favorite dealerships. Now, there's another one in Bowling Green, Kentucky, that I absolutely love. I could sit here and name all these Harley Davidson dealerships across the country that are awesome, but again, I'm a little biased. Man of War Harley Davidson, they're just great people, great guys. There's a guy there that his name is Pooh, P-O-O-H, like Winnie the Pooh. He has been there for, 100 years, and he's probably one of the best salesmen in the country. And I've known him for many, many years before he even started working for Man of War Harley. So I'm very excited about this performance of the show. I'm a little nervous, but I wasn't nervous at all in Panama City Beach, but this one, I've got a little tingle going on.
A little tingle.
Well, what are they in store for, man, people? Because we got some callers calling in from Kentucky tonight, and they're texting us saying, "Hey, we're listening. We want to know what Gary's going to do." So, what are they in for, man?
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, it's Man of War Harley Davidson. I'm doing a comedy magic hypnosis show. Mama Dukes and Fester can vouch for this. I do, just a few little magic tricks up on stage, like, for example, turn water into wine. That trick was done a long time ago. I just learned how to perfect it because I read the instructions in the Bible. So I do that. And I try to tell a few jokes of things that's going on in the world, like the cicadas are really bad up here right now. And they're doing we call it a cicada challenge. It's kind of like the ice bucket challenge. Mm-hmm. What you do is you find a tree that's got like millions of the cicadas in this one particular tree and just go up underneath it and shake it and let all the cicadas fall on top of you.
It's bad enough. They're eating the heck out of all of our plants, and I can't even kill them because they crack when you hit them.
Well, this is where my mind works. Just the other day, I took my bike and got it washed and got it clean. I was out riding. Bird comes along, boom, does his business right on my bike. So later that night, I got me a plate of chicken wings and sat on the deck just to show them what I was capable of. And then obviously I'm going to hypnotize some people, and some people believe that, or they think that hypnosis is not real. Mama Dukes, would you like to verify that?
Oh, it is.
She was going to Panama City just all ready to party and have fun. She came back and said, "He did it to me. How did that happen?"
I said to Fester before we left, too, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Don't let him do it. Then he done it.
You had some floppers up there too, Gary. Though I mean,
I did have some floppers up there. Yeah, when people fall out of their chair, what happens is they get so relaxed. Okay, they get so relaxed, so loose and limp, as I like to say on stage, that they just literally fall out of their chair. And the technical term of that is floppers. And when you get 3 or 4 floppers laying on the stage on top of each other, that's funny in itself.
And they're not even.
And walk off stage.
I mean, they've flopped on the floor. They're on top of, and they're not moving. I mean, in other words, they're still out.
And
that didn't wake them up either.
That didn't wake them up.
No.
Yeah,
that's like an iguana falling out of a tree in Key West.
Like, if you doubt it, there's no way you could, after seeing it, like the man up there, the crotch scratching. Like, just, I mean...
Wait, a man was scratching his crotch under hypnosis?
Yes.
Gary!
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. And no, it isn't just like some random kid. This was like a big biker guy. And I'm like, if he was not under, he would not be doing this. Every time Gary shook his hand.
Gary put him under and said, whenever I shake your hand, you're going to have the worst jock itch that you could ever imagine. And each time I grab your hand, it's going to only compound and get twice as bad each time. You know what I mean?
So when you're like, even being up there under or whatever, like you're seeing it, you know that there's no way that this man is faking what is going on right now. Like it was quite the experience.
Well, some of the things that I've done on stage, I can't really talk about on the air. So Ron, to answer your question, I'm going to be doing that, and if you can just use your imagination right here for a second, okay? Each and every one of you that are listening, use your imagination.
Oh wait, I think we're all getting hypnotized right now.
I'm plugging my ears.
Use your imagination.
Well, you kind of are, but just think about this. Use your imagination and imagine a big old biker dude with his colors on or his cut, big beard. He's got patches all over his cut. He's got an old Harley hat and old dirty blue jeans. And I hypnotize him and give him a cucumber.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Poor guy. Poor guy. I've still yet to see the video.
I'm not going to ask where you give it to.
Oh, yeah. Listen, the video is getting put together right now, Mama Duke. And the picture, I know you saw the picture. That picture is an incredible picture. I did
see the picture. Yes, I did see the picture.
And it is going to be on every freaking demo that I can come up with.
Well, that's one reason why we work with Gary, because we search out the best talent across the country, and Gary's name came up. And that's why we work with him, man, because he deals it. He makes it happen. He's a winner. He's a leader, but he's an expert at what he does. There's no one else compared to him in the biker community, in the biker world, but he's also got a big heart. And that's why we love working with you, Gary, and that's why you're on the show tonight, and that's why we're part of your show and the next show, and we've planted some good stuff for you here in Tampa Bay, too.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, and Ron, I appreciate the kind words, and I've said this many, many times, none of this could be possible without a good team of people. And Born to Ride Television, Born to Ride Radio, on the Boss Hogg Network, Born to Ride Magazine, CycleFish.com, a couple of other, I don't know if they're competitors or not, but they're doing sort of the same thing. Everybody that works together, if we all work together like this, we all succeed, and we all have fun doing it. I couldn't do this and promote these shows without Born to Ride. I'm just letting you know that, Ron.
Well, no, we're excited to work with you, and we know you're the best there is. And Mama Dukes and Fester can vouch for that, but we already knew it, man. That's why I love your hustle. Whenever we ask for anything, a question, you're right there with the answers, and you're making things happen for Born to Ride too. So it is a team, and
it is a team, and I can't thank you guys enough. And speaking of that, there's another big rally coming up here in Kentucky, Sturgis, Kentucky, Little Sturgis. Mm-hmm. I've never been. I've heard lots of stories, but I've actually never been to Sturgis. And it's because of Born to Ride that Carlene, who runs the Sturgis Bike Rally, reached out to me and said, Gary, we want you here. And it's because of Born to Ride. She had heard something or saw something that we were doing together, and she said, I want you here. So that's coming up in July.
And then we want to get updates on that, and we're going to promote that with you on our system and our networking and our platforms, because she actually got involved with us, and there's an ad in both magazines. There's an ad in both magazines right now for Kentucky Sturgis Rally. It's a real deal biker rally, and you're going to be blown away by that one.
It's July 15th through the 18th at the Union County Fair and Expo Center.
I cannot wait for that, because there's a lot of people here in Lexington area. I'm at a place now called Cocktails. I used to come here all the time. I know the owner well, and I'm in here doing magic tricks for people and literally blowing their mind right now. And there was a bunch of guys from for the Hogg Rally that was in here having a few drinks, and I'm doing magic tricks, and they walked over and they said, dude, there's some guy going to be at the shop tomorrow, and I'm like, that would be me. I said, I'm also going to be at Sturgis. He said, we're going to be there. I cannot wait to see this. So yes, I'm thoroughly.
Well, we're working on getting some good coverage of that and good coverage of you on stage doing your thing. And I can't help but think about that Elvis song. Walking in the cold Kentucky rain, yeah. Cold Kentucky rain.
One thing that I've learned when I'm on camera or on television, the camera adds 10 pounds to you, right?
Oh, sure.
Try not to bring so many cameras this time, okay?
Okay. 10 plus 10 plus 10.
Appreciate it, Gary. Thanks so much. One more time.
Guys, listen, I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and I mean that exponentially. I love you guys. Thank you so much. This weekend, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Man of War Harley-Davidson, biker comedy hypnosis show, throw in some magic. It's going to be great.
In Lexington, Kentucky?
In Lexington, beautiful Lexington, Kentucky. I love this place.
You're first class, brother.
So thrilled, so excited. You guys are awesome. I love you all very much. Rock on.
All right, let's go, man. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Gary.
All right, bye.
Well, we're coming to the end of another show. How this hour flies by so quickly. Ron, Debbie, any last words? It
just hasn't changed. It goes by so fast, though. I thought you guys would slow down time a little bit.
It does. And then I just want to thank everybody who's a part of Born to Ride, and people who've been sitting in and just being a part of sharing the studio, the chairs, and taking care of business, because that's what it's about. Joe, FTW, Skyler, Rob, you guys. And the callers and the people, and they might see it here, but this show runs on Chopper Town, and it's 2.8 million followers get to see this. So stay tuned, keep up with us, and next week we'll be back with another one.
And don't forget Rockingham races in Rockingham, North Carolina, coming up here in the next week. Some nitro drag races. You're gonna love those.
Okay. Well, as we always end the show, keep it in between the ditches. Be safe. Think motorcycle.
Check your uninsured motorist and your insurance.
Absolutely. Do yourself an insurance checkup there.
And 44 days.
And don't let Gary hypnotize you.
Moto Fest.
Have a great evening,
Thanks,
folks.
guys.
Till next week.
Adios.
If Instagram is your thing, we're there. We're everywhere. Follow us at #Born to Ride Motorcycle Media, your #1 motorcycle resource.
Yeah, I have to say, Born to Ride has been a big influence on my trailer sales in the last 2 or 3 months. It's been nothing but a big surprise. I mean, the magazine articles, everything in the commercials, it's been nothing but the best of help to me in my business.
Is your business becoming invisible? Create a great advertising relationship today with Born to Ride. Call 888-795-5779.
This is the Boss Hogg Radio Network. 1170 AM WKFL Bushnell. 1330 AM WWAB Lakeland Plant City. 1360 AM WHNR Cypress Gardens Winter Haven. And 1390 AM and 107.5 FM WAVP and W298BU FM